everybody, my name's Kevin and I'm in Egypt. Egypt, just like every other Muslim country, just finished celebrating the month of Ramadan. Ramadan is the most holy month in the Islamic year, which uses a lunar calendar, so for those of us using a solar calendar, that means it changes every year. The best part about Ramadan? The commemorative Ramadan Coke cans. Oh, they're so cool! And you thought Coke only loved Santa Claus. During Ramadan, Cairo comes alive with lights and decorations. During the month of Ramadan, Muslims are called to neither eat nor drink from sunrise to sunset. One of the most important Ramadan traditions are the appearance of these tables, set up by rich families to provide food for the poor so that everyone can celebrate the Ramadan iftar when the sun goes down. Another great part about Ramadan is at the end of Ramadan, we had a 5-day weekend. Me and a couple of friends used this opportunity to travel to Istanbul, Turkey. Now, normally I talk about Egypt, but since many people who travel abroad wind up traveling around during the holidays, I'd figure I'll tell you about my adventures in Old Constantinople. Say it for me. One of the first things we did when we got to Istanbul was visit the Hagia Sophia. It used to be a church built by Emperor Justinian in the 6th century. It was converted into a mosque when the Ottoman Turks took it over. Now it is a museum, but it is still amazing. I'm in one of the most holy sites in the world. That's pretty cool. One of the neatest parts about it is that today there's a mix of Islamic and Christian iconography. When it was first constructed, there was Christian art. When the Muslims took over, they painted over all the Christian icons and put Muslim icons up. But today there's a restoration process, so we have some of the Christian icons and Islamic icons in the same building. I thought it was pretty spectacular. This amazing feat of architecture is called the Blue Mosque. It's one of the most famous Islamic sites in all of Istanbul. It's different than the Hagia Sophia in that it remains an active place of worship to this day. We visited a place called the Cistern Basilica. The entrance is an innocuous-looking building in the middle of town, but the story is amazing. Back in the 50s, a researcher found that locals were catching fish through holes in their floor. When he tried to find an explanation, he uncovered a massive underground chamber that encompasses several city blocks. They believe it was used in ancient times to store water when the city was under siege. The location is still populated with fish today, and there's a mysterious carving of Medusa. It is believed that the statue was intentionally placed upside down, but nobody knows why, and it's very mysterious. Woo! Let me see the spirograph in action. This is magical. This is art. Oh, spirograph, how we've missed you. Turkey may be the last bastion of this rare and majestic art form. We also managed to squeeze in a couple of Turkish palaces. The details aren't important, but be amazed at the luxuriousness of these ancient Ottoman Empire monuments. You go, lion. Beat that alligator down. It's very pink. It's so fancy in here. I don't feel normal in a fancy place. So this is the harem. Actually, I was expecting something a bit more scandalous. The Sultan's royal chambers, clothing optional. This is the outside of the palace. I'll give them kudos. They did a pretty good job decorating considering this is just a wall. That's pretty much my adventures in Turkey, but there's one more mystery I had to solve before I left. What the heck is this giant yellow ball on the coast of Istanbul? There's the giant yellow oak thing. What do we think the giant yellow oak thing is?
I think it's the Turkish version of the Goodyear blimp.
The Turkish version of the Goodyear blimp. What do you think it is?
I think it's a spaceship.
Spaceship?
One of the spaceships from Star Wars that shoots up and joins with the thing in space.
It's a spaceship.
It's a little fruit colony.
I think it's a giant rook's egg that's gonna hatch in a
I
giant
think it's a spore.
It's
I think it's a
Godzilla.
spore of some sort.
It's Godzilla.
Maybe like Flight of the Navigator spaceship. And we never found out what it was. Well, actually we found out it was a restaurant, but I was really hoping it was Godzilla. Anyway, that's it for Turkey. Next week I'll be back in Egypt. Later. Turkish Balloon Cafe.